Hello everyone, welcome to our color along tonight. We're going to be coloring this adorable little bear from the new Buddy Bears stamp set that we showcased last week at our release. And I used some Your Next Stamp premium dye ink in the color Black Olive to stamp it out. I really like this ink for Copic coloring. It's a really nice dark intense ink. So let's get started. If you have any questions for me, go ahead and just comment down below and I will answer everyone's questions. And these are the Copics we'll be using today. So we've got W7 and W5, and then W1, and the colorless blender as well, and then the white gel pen. I use a Signo Uniball white gel pen, and it says pigment ink there, if I can get it to focus. UM153 white. Alright guys, so let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with our W7. I color from dark to light. A lot of people color from light to dark. I prefer dark to light. So we're going to start kind of in the place where there would be the heaviest shadows with the W7. And what I'm going to show you how to do tonight is how to color white. I'm not going to color the whole bear. I will finish the image and post it in the group afterwards. But for today, we're just going to do the white part. We're going to color this adorable pillow white. Now, sometimes I stray outside the area that you would consider shadow, because I just like the way it looks. I don't really color overly traditionally or the way that I'm supposed to. So we're just going to get some there, and a little dot there. Alright, and that's it for our W7. So now we're going to go to our W5. And we're going to go over all the W7 we just laid down and just kind of feather it out. This is just how I color white. A lot of people like a lot less of a dark shadow than I do. I just really like the dark shadows. Comment below and let me know if you color light to dark or dark to light. I'm always interested to know how people do that. A lot of people color light to dark because they don't, like if you make a mistake, it's a lot easier to fix it if it's still the light color versus the dark one. And then some people say that when they color light to dark, it saturates their paper too much and causes bleeding. And that's actually why, when I began coloring, why I decided to do from dark to light, because I just kept oversaturating my images. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do some tip to tip. So this is a really wonderful technique to use if you're still growing your marker collection and you don't have all the in-between colors. So this is a really great way to kind of get more than what you paid for. So what I do is I take my lighter marker, which in this case is my W1, and then I take my W5, and I take the tip of my W1 to the tip of my W5 like this. And what that does is it creates the in-between shade that the W3 would provide. And I do have a W3 marker, but I just thought this would be a fun technique to show. And so what I'm doing now is I'm going over all of my W5 with the tip to tip with the W1 to the W5. And then I will go over it with just the W1. And I'm just really trying to feather it out. Just go completely over it and try to almost round your lines so that they don't look too sharp. So in this case with the pillow, so that we get that really nice soft squishy look. Isn't this bear just the cutest thing you've ever seen? He just makes my heart go pitter patter. And we'll just, so now we're going to set aside our W5 and go in with just the W1. And if you'll notice, I'm not really going into the areas of the cardstock that are still white. I'm trying to just stay in the where I've already laid color down zone, so that, because you do want to leave a lot of the actual white cardstock, so that you're getting, you know, that white look versus a really gray look. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my colorless blender, and I'm going to go over all of the areas that I've already done. Now, just a little tip, if you are coloring the bear, well, obviously you're going to color the bear, but I mean, I in this case I haven't colored the bear, but if you would, I would go ahead and do your white first, then do the bear, because you don't want to be putting all this colorless blender on, because I'm really going heavy-handed with my colorless blender, because I really want to blend out that gray color so that it blends in with the white. But do the bear afterwards, because otherwise whatever color you're coloring the bear is going to start bleeding out into your pillow wherever the colorless blender is touching your bear. So make sure to do that afterwards, which in this case I'm going to. Alright, so that looks really nicely blended. So now this is where my white gel pen comes in. So if you have a white gel pen that kind of doesn't want to start for you, a really good tip that I learned from watching Christina Werner is you take your hand, the palm of your hand, and you start it in the palm of your hand just like this. And the warmth from your hand activates the ink and gets it flowing for you again. So now what I'm going to do, and I hope my hand doesn't get in the way here, is I'm going to go into all of my dark areas that I just created, and I'm going to put white dots. And I do this with basically anything that I'm coloring white. I go in there just like this and load up those white dots. And I don't try to be specific in any way. I just kind of put them everywhere, and that gives it a really whimsical look. And it also lightens up those dark shadows that we've made. You could also, if you wanted to, you could try doing stitch marks with your white gel pen instead of the dots, but I really like the dots. I think it gives it a super whimsical look. So just everywhere that we've created the dark shadows, I'm just going to go over it with my white gel pen. And even once I color the bear, there's going to be dots on him. You know that from my coloring. So that's it. That's how I color white. I close up my markers here. And that is our adorable little bear on his squishy pillow. And I just really, really like that look that it gives it. It gives it such beautiful dimension to go in with the darker grays versus just the lighter ones. So, like I said, if you have any questions, put them below and I will answer them, I promise. And I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that you have a wonderful crafty day. Bye-bye.